brainwashing, I would have to say, that's going on of the students. And I didn't, I talked to a lot of people like, hey, watch out, you're gonna come to college, you're gonna come back, with a lot of strange ideas. I don't want to say anything here, but you're gonna come back with a lot of strange ideas. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Can't be that bad, right? So my English class, it's an online class. I don't go there in person. All my other classes are in person. This one's online. It took me a while to fire up the computer program that they have us learning on. I finally was able to get it going, and I read the first article. That was an assignment to annotate the article, right? Simple enough. The title of the article was How Standard English is Racist, right? I want, everybody can look this up. Look up John McWhorter. He's a writer. He writes articles.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. Now, the whole article's purpose was to say how standard English and the black English should be taught in schools. So now, I'm not even gonna get on that topic first, but one of the first things that he says in the article is how teaching someone who is black standard English is racist. So I'm reading this thing and I'm like, there's no way there's people who actually believe this. There's no way that someone who has a brain cell can read this and say, you know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead and that makes sense, right? That makes sense. So I'm reading this, and one of the first things I see is that he refers. He says the term blackness, and he wasn't saying it sarcastically. He was saying it as a statement, blackness. Mm-hmm. Now, he was saying that because of, blackness, the way that people speak, there's certain, obviously, culturally in the U.S., black people might speak differently than white people. And he was saying that because of that, trying to teach those people who speak like that standard English is racist. Now, I annotated that and I said, what do you mean by blackness? Do you mean like the color of someone's skin? Because you can take someone from Africa, right? Straight from Africa, and they don't talk like, some black people that do here. I know plenty of black people who don't speak like that. And at this point, it's not a black thing, it's a cultural thing. There's plenty of white people that I know who speak like that. It's not a black thing. So the fact that he was saying blackness just makes completely illogical sense, right? So I was completely astounded when I was reading that, and I continued. And I would pull up the article now, but I'm not going to sit here and take like 5 minutes to find the article. But look up John McWhorter article on standard English, and you will find the article, and you can read it. It's not long. It took me about 15 minutes to read it, and throughout the whole thing, he was saying how, at the root, it's racist to be able to teach standard English to kids who are of a different ethnicity, right? So that's English, that's a language. That's like me who I speak Romanian. I'm bilingual. I can speak Romanian and English, right? That's like me going to France, right? And I don't know how to speak French. That's like me going to France and saying, it's racist for you, you guys are being racist because you guys should be teaching me your language in English, So it just doesn't make any sense to me, personally, that someone can say that. And I don't know what you think about that, but it's some crazy stuff that's going on, and I personally couldn't believe it. Like, I was reading this thing, I'm like, is this a joke? Like, is this a joke? I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. And there's people who genuinely believe that. And that's what is scary. That's what's really, really scary.
John McWhorter is well known.
Yeah.
He's been known. I would say